He is a man known for liking nice things. He loves to smoke on his cigars. He's not exactly a great orator, but guess what? He loves Manchester United with all his heart. His name is Sheikh Jassim. Welcome to the hotspot, and in this video, I am here to tell you a few details that are leaked about the man who is about to take over the beloved Manchester United Football Club. Subscribe to the hotspot and let's get proper into this conversation. Now, Sheikh Jassim, like we all know, is in a cruising lead in his pursuit of Manchester United to try and buy the club out of the misery of being owned by the Glazers. We know how deep the United ship has sunk ever since the Glazers took over. They have milked the money out of it, but invested nothing. So as we speak now, United is in debt of over 700 million pounds. Now, Sheikh Jassim is coming in as a godsend to come in and clear the club of this debt, invest more in the club, and certainly he's here to save Manchester United. But why? What guides this? And it is also emerging, according to a report that was written by The Athletic. They do say that Sheikh Jassim is angry at the Glazers for their lack of investment in the club he loves. So for him, Manchester United is personal. It's love. It's one love. It's a good thing for someone to own a club they support. And I love the fact that unlike most of the past owners United has had, at least for the longest time, the Glazers since 2005, we did not know so much about them, except the fact that we'd see them coming, especially the two, Avram and Joel Glazer, going on to watch United games, being booed by supporters, asked questions by the media, only for them to ignore. We did not know so much about them and their lifestyle and everything. But details are emerging about Sheikh Jassim ahead of the imminent takeover of United, 100% takeover, by the way. And I feel like it's a good thing, because then the fans of the club will feel like they can relate to this club more, knowing that the person who owns the club is actually a fan of the club. And in one of my past videos from about 3 weeks ago, I told you, if you haven't seen it, look for a video which is dubbed "Who is Sheikh Jassim?" So that video gave you details about who he is, his family, him being a son of HBJ, the former Prime Minister of Qatar, him, and where he has worked, how he has worked at Credit Suisse in the UK, which I think Qatar Investment Authority invested in, and that is something that his dad did run in Qatar, and so by default he became a non-independent board member. So he's certainly been there, and that video can give you more about that history. But today, I'm here to give you the latest that has come out concerning Sheikh Jassim and what he's like. Who is he? Ahead of this takeover, is he the right man for the club? Now, it is emerging, and from that story written by a credible source, that's The Athletic, like I said, that Sheikh Jassim, first of all, like I said, is angered by the fact that the Glazers have invested no penny in trying to redevelop Manchester United, redevelop Old Trafford, make it a modern facility like the biggest and best stadiums in the world. If you talk of Wembley, Wembley was revamped, and the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Arsenal did build a new stadium, moving away from Highbury. United are still stuck in the Old Trafford. Like the name is, it is old in the literal sense. So it is a bad thing, because things change, things evolve. The gym is the same, Carrington training facility is the same. There is no freshness about Manchester United. And for any fan, it would feel bad. More so if you are a Sheikh Jassim interested in taking over the club. You are born in Qatar, but you have lived most of your life in the UK. His dad bought, his nickname, the man who bought London. The dad, Alfani, is a multi-billionaire who owns big property in London. So it shows you that this is a UK boy who loves Manchester United, whereas United is not based in London. But it emerges that he does not miss a single United game, as revealed by a close associate to The Athletic. Interesting stuff. Now, that's the kind of person you would want to trust with a club like Manchester United. You would think they really have the best interests of the club with them. It's not about money. Imagine, as we do know, he's going to be overcharged. He's going to be charged an extra 2.5 billion pounds, because the Glazers are intent on milking every penny, every last penny they can milk out of him. And as it is emerging, they are using Sir Jim Ratcliffe as perhaps a bargaining bait to try and put the case, because it would be easy for Sheikh Jassim to bargain if there was no one he's competing with for Man United. So there are rumors that Sir Jim Ratcliffe is actually not so interested in buying Man United, but it's just used to ensure that Sheikh Jassim keeps increasing his bet, because it feels like a case of the highest bidder win. But anyhow, that's not what we're here for. So let's talk about this Sheikh Jassim and what's emerging about him. First of all, this guy loves to smoke on his cigar. So you can imagine in a board meeting, and this was revealed by his former close associate at Credit Suisse, which was a board member when he was in his mid-20s. You can imagine, young like that, but was already a board member of a big financial organization in the UK. So his close associate revealed that he's not a good orator. He has never been a good orator. He's a soft-spoken lad, and his character. He has a calm demeanor, and that's why we've not heard him come, go talk to the media and try to make noise around, wanting to buy Manchester United and all. We saw a lot of interviews with Todd Boehly as he was about to acquire Chelsea. It's not the case with this guy. He's a laid-back guy, not exactly a good orator. So much so that even in his board meetings, people say you would only listen to him because of his status, but not because of his charisma and character. That he's a laid-back guy who will just sit in a board meeting, say one or two things, slouched back in his chair and smoke on his cigar. That's the man we're talking about. That speaks volumes about the character he's got and the kind of man he is. Never mind him being from one of the richest, if not the richest family in the world, that is worth 275 billion pounds. That's the Qatar royal family. So he's certainly a powerful guy. Like I said, his dad is a former prime minister of Qatar. The Qatar is one of the most rich countries when it comes to oil, to gas mostly, and oil of course, but mostly gas. So his dad was running that. So he's filthy rich. And in an interview with another billionaire recently, I was watching this interview. It was from 3 months ago, and I've told you about this before. How David Rubenstein revealed in an interview when he asked the dad, HBJ, about the son wanting to buy Manchester United and those rumors that come out by then. HBJ was clear to say, for me, his children love football. They have spoken about it, but him as the dad is not interested in football. Well, that's according to him. But the son clearly loves Manchester United. So going back to his character, another interesting thing that has been revealed about the new Manchester United owner to be, Sheikh Jassim, is that he's a man who loves nice things. Now, as you can see in these photos, his royalty, I mean, he's from the royal family. What do you expect? Royalty in Qatar, in these oil-rich nations, when you talk royals, you talk class, you talk nice things. So I have a feeling, and you saw what the Saudis did with Manchester City when they took over Manchester City. Sheikh Mansour, you saw what they did. They have made Manchester City a classy club. It oozes class. Now that is what defines royalty. Anywhere in the world, it should be like that. But mostly when you talk these oil-rich nations, the Arabic nations, the Saudis and all, it's even better. So in terms of class, I'm not surprised that it is being revealed that he does love nice things. You can see where he's seated in that photo there. It shows you he's a man of class. So it gives you an idea of what kind of Manchester United he would want to see. But also it vindicates reports we had that he's angry with the Glazers for their lack of investment in the club, because the club he loves, he's a multi-billionaire, but the club he loves is looking like, an old abandoned car park somewhere in a third world country. That's how Old Trafford is looking. He can't let that happen if he's in charge. So those are things that are being revealed about Sheikh Jassim. But also, it's very important to know that he watches Manchester United games like his life depends on it. It's important. The Glazers come to watch United games as a formality. That's Avram and Joel Glazer, just to come and see where their cow that they milk without feeding is performing. Is it going to bring in more money? As the sponsors, happy with the placement of their whatever pitch boards and all? I think that's what they are there to look out for, not exactly the football. But that's exactly what's going on with Man United. But this was to give you a good expose. If you want more about Sheikh Jassim, who he is, his money sources, go type in the search engine here on the videos we posted here on the hotspot. Type who is Sheikh Jassim. You'll get a video that will give you more about who he is, where he has managed. He's currently the chairman of the Qatar Investment Bank. All the details surrounding him and his family and his dad and his net worth and everything are in that video. But at least what we know now, he's angered by the Glazers and their lack of investment. He loves nice things and he's a calm guy. He doesn't talk so much. I don't want to talk so much because I'm talking about someone who doesn't talk so much. So this video is done. Subscribe. My name is Webb. It's the hotspot. Catch you.